Referral Roadmap 2026, how relationships still dominate even in an AI digital world. AI, you're here to help us, but you're never going to replace relationships. And we want to talk about how referrals and relationships are going to make sure that you leverage success in 2026 and beyond. So that's what we're going to talk about. And you want to be here to hear all about it. Welcome to season 7 of Referral Roadmap. Business growth in an age of AI and uncertainty. This season, we're cutting through the noise and getting real about what actually moves the needle for small businesses in 2026. From AI tools that save you time, to winning in the zero-click search era, to building teams and systems, resilience, and a referral engine that still wins even in a digital age. We're giving you strategies you'll need to grow with confidence no matter what the economy throws your way. Let's dive in. You're not going to want to miss this one. I do want to take a second to thank everybody. Thank you so much for being here this season. We're so excited that you're listening. Of course, we want you to share this with people. You know that's our heart. No business person should be out there right now on their own. They need this information. So please like, subscribe, do all the things that the people who own the platforms need you to do. But more importantly, please share this with people so that you can help make an impact on your friends. Or maybe not even friends, but maybe you could be friends, right? If you ever think about that, you have somebody you want to show some value to, this podcast might be it. So, but let's talk about relationships. I guess that does talk about relationships. You should be sharing this podcast
There you go.
because you're relationship driven
Yes.
and referral driven. Anyway, I'll be quiet, guys. Jada, go into some more details. I'm theatrical. You're the serious, detailed person. Tell us what we're going to talk about today.
Yes. Well, you crack me up. Today, we're going to be talking about how referrals have always really been the gold standard of your business growth and how that really hasn't changed even in an era dominated by AI, automation, and digital advertising. A referral is more than just a lead, it's
Yeah.
borrowed trust. When someone recommends you, they're transferring their credibility onto your business. And that kind of endorsement cuts through the noise, skepticism, and competition like nothing else. I'm really excited to share some statistics around this today because, I have to nerd out on that. But in 2026, digital tools may help us scale faster, but they can't replace the power of human connection. Like Athena said, referrals still convert better, close faster, and lead to stronger, lasting client relationships than any other source. And that's because people trust people more than they trust ads, algorithms, or even automated funnels. So the future of referrals isn't about abandoning digital. It's really about weaving that trust and authenticity into your digital presence and your relationships, which means showing up consistently online with value that makes people confident recommending you, building referral systems so that clients and partners know how to connect you to others, focusing on authenticity because people can tell you're only showing up when you want something, and staying human in a digital first world where we trust, care, and credibility still win. So, in short, referrals remain your strongest growth lever, not because technology doesn't matter, but because
Mhm.
trust will always matter more.
Yeah. Jada, thank you for that because something that you said really resonated with me. And um, I had to get eye lenses yesterday. And I went in, and one of the things that I was talking to the lady in front of me helping me, we were talking about how we can no longer trust anything you see online and how you have to fact check everything. And she even said, yeah, even when you Google the AI automated, you even now have to fact check it because it's not always right. And even what we like to call chatty, which is chat GPT, it's not always right. And she and I were discussing this, and she was quite a bit younger than I was. I think she's probably less than 5 years out of high school. And she said, it's so sad that my generation has the understanding that we cannot trust information. And I was like, that's sad that, that we as a culture have done that. So how do we understand that this I can't trust culture that we've created as societies, but in business, we're trying to create the trust relationship. Now, I'm going to tell you, in a world where people don't trust, if you can build a business where they trust, do you think you're going to win more? Think about it. Everyone's skeptical, but if you're the thing that they can trust, it's going to resonate very deeply with them. So my mentor and I am telling you, building referral relationships, real authentic relationships is a lever that you want to have. You should have always had it, but you're going to want to have it going forward because people want truth. They want to be able to trust because where we get that has become a very small pool. Now, you guys know my story. I won't go into them all. If you want my story, listen to all the podcasts, right? But um, one of the things that both of my businesses have been built on referrals. Now, why? I'll tell you, to be frank with you, because I wasn't that great at marketing. And I realized marketing had a larger sales cycle, right? It was going to take longer to get the leads from marketing. I wasn't that great at it. And so I went right after what I was good at, and that is building relationships. And so by doing that, I built referral networks. Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm so glad of my incompetencies because it forced me to do what I should have been doing anyway. And so, and that is understanding the power of referrals. So both of our businesses are based on referrals. Most of our leads in the beginning really came from referrals. I don't know, in the home building business, are we now 50-50 web leads
Yeah,
to?
I would say, we're definitely we're closer to 50-50 on actual contracts. We get a lot more web leads than we get referral leads just because it's, you know, I think easier to attract more people
Mhm,
online because your referral partners in an ideal world know who you're looking for and can be a little bit more targeted with who they send you or they send to, you know, you
mhm,
to them or them to you, vice versa. But, um, yes, from like if you break it down from a contract standpoint, we're still about 50-50. And kind of going back into what Athena said, are the ones that we do get through our website are exponentially longer time frames. We may get someone that wants to build on the home building side in 5 to 10 years, whereas someone that's working with a realtor is more likely to be ready to build within the next 6 months. And so the time frame is significantly shrunken whenever you get a referral lead, at least I would say in my experience from what I've seen.
mhm. And so this is what I mean, here's the thing. What Jada is explaining is your referral partners know who to bring to you, or they should. If not, then that's on you, right? But we at the beginning, it was 100% referrals because we didn't have the beautiful website that we currently have that generates, leads. Thank you, Jada, for our pretty pretties that helps us. You wanna but you guys, what if we just stopped having referral partners 50% of the business? No. What you wanna think about and really think about this, you guys, do you have a referral-based business? What are you doing to nurture it, and what are you doing to grow it? And what do you need to do to systematize it and think through where there's money you're maybe leaving on the table because you're not investing in your referral business. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple stories. I have a new client that I'm onboarding, and she has 100% referral business, and she actually is not interested in growing her business. She does not interested in doing more business. You're like, why is she hiring you? Because she's overwhelmed. Interesting, I have a lot of one-on-one people hire me that have successful businesses, but to have them, they're a little overwhelmed, and I help them prioritize, organize, straighten out, and get their entire life kind of in order so that they can still be successful at work, but have a life,
Mhm,
right? So that is a segment of my business I don't think a lot of people realize, but it is a powerful one. And,
mhm,
um, but, you know what? It's interesting, 100% referral. How great is that? She's not stressing about doing all of this marketing and all of this prospecting. All she has to do is continue to nurture and love, these referral partners and expand them because they do it. Wouldn't you love that for your business? Think about that.
mhm.
Um, I mean, just huge. The other thing too is like Jada said, the average lead needs to be followed up with about 8 times, and I bet you in the next couple of years that that's gonna grow to 10. Just that the average hasn't changed enough, but I'm telling you it's gonna be 8 to 10 times before you convert. And that is just convert into a conversation. I'm not even talking about necessarily convert to buy.
Mhm,
So that is a lot of energy that you're expelling, but a referral lead on average is 4 or less.
mhm,
So you're talking about a referral lead, cost to acquire the lead is substantially lower and the cost to nurture is lower. They also you tend to respect you, like you, trust you, so you're not negotiating and fighting through the sales process either. I want you to think about your current business and think about, okay, gosh, that sounds like so much more fun. And they're not perfect, but it's a lot more fun to be dealing with somebody who's already been told to trust you and kind of like who you are and what you're about. So, technology is out there. Jada and I have shared a lot this season with new technology, things that you guys can be doing. We understand we all need to embrace it, but it's never going to replace referrals. It's never going to replace relationships. And like I said at the beginning, because of the lack of trust, it will only increase. And so you're going to need to have a sales process that includes referrals, includes expanding referrals, and nurturing referrals. Or you're just leaving too much on the table and you're losing out on having some fun. Because I'm sorry, but I enjoy everybody winning. When my referral partner, myself, and the client all win, that is really a fun trifecta in business. So, if you want to know, like Athena, how do I build a referral network? How do I do that? I'm going to give you some rubber meets the road. Jada's going to give you some stats, but I have classes. My book's about to come out. Call us. We can help you. We're not, I don't expect you guys to do this all alone. We don't do it alone, and we don't expect you to either. So I know that, people are like, oh, you're selling yourself because you need help. That's why I'm selling myself. You need help. My blogs, the other podcasts, we're trying to give you as much free. But if you want to go deeper, come on, let's get some help. And I'll teach you how to do it. But Jada, I know you have stats on this. And
always, yes, and I'm actually kind of excited about these ones. I know it's probably
oh,
something we've shared before on this podcast at some point because we are on season 7, so some of this may, be some research that I've shared or some like, it may sound familiar, but it's something that, I am just really passionate about, and so
well,
just
yeah.
wanted to share. But yeah, so the first one, it comes from a study that shows that referral leads convert about 30% more frequently than leads from other channels. Referred customers also tend to have a 16% higher lifetime value compared to
Ooh,
non-referred ones.
hello.
And the second one is says that customers who come via referral have a 37% higher retention rate than those acquired through other means. They are also more likely to refer others, creating a compound loop.
Wow.
And then
I
this
mean,
one, oh, yep,
oh, no, I'm just like, wow. Yeah.
this one is the one that I feel like we've talked about before, but it felt relevant to bring up
Yeah.
again. But in surveys, 92% of consumers say they trust referrals from friends and family more than any other form of advertising. And 84% of people globally trust recommendations from friends and family over other sources.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Don't you ask your friends?
Hmm.
I do.
Well, and I'm just thinking too, like, Christmas wasn't too long ago and I was looking for Christmas gifts for myself. Because that's what we do in my household is we get to pick our own Christmas gifts because we like to make sure that we get what we want.
Yay. I'm all
um,
about that.
but I was looking for Christmas gifts and I found this, hot hair tool and I sent it to my hairdresser best friend and I was like, "Hey, have you seen this? Like, what do you know about it?" And she was like, "Honestly, I don't know anything about it, so I probably wouldn't trust it because it's not one of the brands that our salon uses and they have a very high-end salon." And anyways, and so I like even though TikTok, Google, Amazon, like all the reviews were like, "This is great." I was like, "You know who I'm going to trust? My friend that does hair for a living every single day of her life."
Yeah. Amen to
And
that,
so,
right?
yeah,
Well,
just like,
because she's gonna steer you the right direction,
definitely. Yeah, and I think
right?
about too, if I'm looking for a place to eat or a new a new rug or something. Like, I'm going to ask people that I know that have tried a new restaurant recently. I'm going to ask my friends that have bought new furniture from different places
Yeah.
recently to see the quality. That's that's who I am, and I know that I'm not alone in that, and obviously the research supports that. People are gonna continue to ask their friends and family for
Mhm,
referrals, even if it's like a, B2C business.
mhm. You know what I've learned? Okay, 100%. We all ask our friends and family. The stats are there. We live it. You
Mhm.
know what I've learned recently
What?
is, and I only learned it because of mistakes I've um, is you also need to have the reviews. So your social
Yeah.
media, you need to make sure your reviews are current
Yep.
and they're good. What's interesting is somebody may not pick you off your reviews, but if your friend says you're good and your reviews, even if your reviews aren't stellar, but they're good enough,
Mhm.
boom, slam dunk.
Yep.
You got to have both.
Yeah. I would
Um,
say even if I was looking at maybe a restaurant or a nail salon or something like that, or maybe even a business like a home builder and they had 3.5 stars, but I had one of my friends that I trusted, I knew that their standard for excellence was, my same standard or higher, and I would trust their word.
mhm.
People are
Oh, yeah.
constantly leaving negative reviews in this world we live in, and sometimes it's hard to get positive reviews unless you directly ask for them, and so, yeah, I mean, I would still look at those, and I think it's important to have good reviews because if they had, like, 1 star, I would be really questioning my friend's, my friend's recommendation, but if they had, like, 3 or 3.5, I'm like, "Yeah, I could see how they probably just got some negative reviews back, 6
Mhm.
months ago or something, and I'm sure they've changed."
Important
Like,
to have both. I mean, it's
yeah,
important to have referral partners are just critical.
yeah,
They are an essential part of your business. They are never going to go away. We have to have them. It's if it's not part of your business, it needs to be. So I've got some rubber meets the road, you guys. You know how this. I hope you are saving this. But I want you, first of all, now hopefully if you've been following Jada and I for a minute, you're gonna be like, this I'm already doing. If you are, then I will challenge you to go back and reevaluate. So number one, write a list of your top 5 referral partners. Write down the 5 people, their businesses, and who you send. Ask yourself, what am I doing for them? How am I adding value to them? What am I doing to build that relationship? What am I doing to leverage them to even get more referral partners? Ask yourself these questions. The other beautiful thing is when you make that list, it gives you a list of people to talk to. Your referral partners are some of the best people who can tell you areas of growth or opportunity within your business too. They should be able to give you good feedback. So start making a list of your referral partners. The other thing is you need to create a very simple how are you going to add value back to them? You need to have a system to that. You need to know how am I going to be able to add value? And a lot of people are like, but I don't have much money. It doesn't have to be. It could be a checklist, a guide, a resource. It could be a contact. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It just needs to be something meaningful that they'll appreciate. But you're going to need to um, be able to add value to that relationship. Really important. And I know I've said this, and my husband wants me to quit saying it because he likes them, but go beyond the gift card. Can I say that? I get gift cards often when I refer people. I like the thank you note more than the gift card. My husband, he likes the gift cards. He's like, "Just give them to me." But, I will tell you it's the heartfelt thing
mhm,
that matters to me, so know your referral partner. Obviously, if you're doing referrals, he's all about it. You give him that gift card. Me, maybe take a little bit more time on the thank you note. So,
mhm.
also just be aware.
And I'll
Yeah.
say too, one of our top 50 referral partners in the home building business, one time I asked her specifically, I was like, "Hey, she's a realtor." And I asked her, what's a good gift for a realtor whenever they refer someone that maybe they don't end up actually going with your business, but you refer someone and you want to say thank you. And she even said, she was like, a thank you card means more than a $10 Starbucks card. She was like, a $10 Starbucks card kind of feels cheap. And just like, she was like, at the end of the day, like it kind of feels like a slap in the face for something, that, you could have,
Mhm.
gotten so much business from essentially
Right.
was what she was trying to say, but she was like, I would rather have a heartfelt handwritten thank you card. It means
Mhm.
more to me than."
Yeah,
anything else.
me too.
Mhm.
And or, you know, I limit the amount of coffees or lunches I can do, but just because they're
Yeah.
time consuming. But hey, if you're one of my top referral partners, we're gonna go have lunch, right?
Yep. Yeah,
I'm
that
going to make
intentional
time
time.
for you. You know, I know
Mhm.
one of the things you guys, Jada does this, and I think she's going to even double down in it. I speculate in 2026 is utilizing my consulting business to add value to referral partners, inviting
Mhm.
them at the cost of one business to add value, to add value to them and the
Mhm.
different courses and things that she knows that I offer in the consulting world that can help her referral partners in the other business.
Mhm.
That is something she has the capacity to do, and she will be doing that. I think
Mhm.
we'll even do that more as mainly too because we have so much coming out in both
Yeah.
businesses. We have so much to tell people. But number 4, you guys, ask with clarity and confidence. And can I just tell you, please do not say the word referral. Don't say, "Do you have a referral for me?" I loathe that. I could like write a little book. Don't say that. And don't I know people are gonna I'm probably gonna get some nasty comments on this. I don't care. Don't put it on your email. I love referrals. Nope, Sherlock. We all do, but that's cheesy. That's like 1990s stuff. We don't do that anymore. What you want to do, that's not personal. That's very transactional, right? And plus, when you ask somebody to give you a referral, it's like you're asking them to do your job. You're putting pressure on them. If you instead say things like, "Hey, Jada, I love working with you. These are the things I love working with you. Do you know anybody else like you who's having the same issues that I should have a conversation with?" Now Jada understands what I'm asking for, who I'm asking for, and then she can do an introduction. Then the rest is on me, right? There's no pressure there. As long as she knows she can trust me with her people, which she should if we're in that relationship. That goes a lot further, you guys. It puts a lot less pressure on your referral partners. Doesn't sound so cheesy or transactional. Okay. But the clear and confident, you need to know who you are asking them to send to you. Okay. So you need to give them, that's where knowing your target market. It's one of the reasons why in our home building business, we have changed what our target market is, why we have to do a huge blanket campaign next year to explain to people all the new products we offer, all the resources we offer, and also the change in client that we're looking for. We got a lot of work to do this step in one of our businesses, but it's our responsibility, and so it'll be yours too. Number 4, build a follow up habit with these leads too. Right, you need to be following up with your referral partners. They're your salespeople, right? Outside of your business. Would you really not talk to your salesperson in like a month or 2? Think about it. But you do that to your referral partner. So have a habit, build a cadence, build a system to be doing that. And then show gratitude publicly. Jada, this is something. Can you write this down? We need to do better on this next year. We need to look at some of our best referral partners for both businesses and give them shout outs better for you guys. You love how I'm giving us work to do, but it's true. We do this sporadically, but we don't do this consistently. And it's one of the things I want to make sure that in our newsletters and our social media, we start highlighting these people publicly for that we appreciate them and be specific. So I'm talking to Jada and I, but I'm talking to you too. So being specific, not just, "Hey, John, I loved your referral. And John, I love that you have a heart to serve people, that you connected us with this client." You want to be more specific. And it's more intimate and personal. But anyway, that is something I know we need to do a better job at. And I'm just encouraging you. I told you guys I always throw myself under the bus. So and improve. The other thing is you have to track your referrals. You need to be tracking them. Jada is our tracking queen. So she would be able to tell you she knows who's referring, how many referrals we have. She knows all of the stats. You need to know the same. So utilize your CRM. There's no way you're going to remember it, ladies and gentlemen. It's imperative that you track it. And I won't go into a whole bunch of detail, but there's a whole bunch of reasons why you need to track it. Um, one, anyway, I won't go into it. There's a whole bunch of reasons. And then the other one is you need to always be closing the loop. So, for example, if Jada were to refer somebody to me, once I have met with that person, I need to be calling Jada and telling her how it went and how's it going. And honor Jada that relationship, even if it didn't work out. We have one right now that one of my sales guys is needing to call a referral partner and say, "Hey, this is what we did to help your friend. This is why they're not going to choose us. I just want to let you know we so much appreciate you. We treated this person as beautifully as we possibly could, but it wasn't a good fit." Right? You want to close the loop. So you want to go back and have that so that they understand. They can be educated. They know that you appreciate it and they hear your side of the story. Right. And so they understand what happened. So that was a lot of steps. My gosh, I really hope you guys, that could be a whole class I'm teaching. Take notes here. Please like, subscribe, save, share, because I'm going to tell you AI is here. We're going to use it. Technology is here, but relationship is king queen. It is the lever that will take you to the next level. We don't want to ignore it. We want to double dive down into it. And again, you don't have to do it alone. I have courses. I do coaching, consulting. We will help you. Please don't do this alone. You're worth it, and so is your business. But Jada, this is 10.
I know this is the last
Now,
episode of the season, which is kind of crazy. I feel like it really flew by I was about to say this year, but this this season,
this year did go by fast.
this year. Yes. So we didn't mention this yet, but Athena, I'm going to put it in the show
Sure.
notes. But your referral network course, I feel like that goes
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
well with what we're talking about today.
absolutely.
So I will make sure that that is in the show notes. But the other things I'm going to add to the show notes are the season 7 resource guide. So please make sure to download it. It has all the goodies from the entire season. If you missed an
Cool.
episode, please go back and listen to it. We'll be back here with Referral Roadmap on May 12th, Tuesday, May 12th. But in the meantime, we will be promoting or publishing our podcast, That Shit Doesn't Define You, season 4. And that comes out next week on March 17th. So in the meantime, come hang out with us over there. We'll make sure that that link is added in the show notes if you do want to join us. And otherwise, thank you for hanging out with us this season. Thank you for being here. Don't forget,
Yeah.
Athena's book is going to come soon. So get that early access discounts and exclusive extras by joining that list in the show notes. And we will see you in May back here at
Yeah.
Referral Roadmap.
Thank you guys so much for following us. We appreciate you. We welcome your feedback, good, bad, or ugly, so that we can develop and grow. We appreciate you. Just know you're not alone. Thank you.